Welcome back guys to the video. Bring another top 5 video, and this will be the top 5 most forgotten LEGO Star Wars minifigures. Like I said, this is mainly opinionated. I mean, it's also kind of just facts. I mean, I've asked a few people kind of their thoughts. I narrowed it down from about, I think it was 8 minifigures down to these 5. Like I said, the order is kind of opinionated, but I think most of you guys will agree with me at least. So let's move on to number 5, guys. That is Coleman Trebler. He came out in the 2013 ATTE. Not so much that he would forgotten, but just the fact that, like, when we first got him, I mean, he was already kind of a character in the movies that, died off, real quick, like. It's cool we got the minifigure, cool we got the species, but other than that, resale on him's not that good. People don't use him in box, of course, and, in general, just, pretty forgotten by everybody, not used often. Number 4 has to be Captain Antilles. This is a minifigure that's not so much forgotten. It's just kind of like you're not sure if there's actually like a Captain Antilles out there, because it only came out in the Tantive 4 from 2009, I think. And that was a pretty hard set to get, and goes for quite a lot now, about 400, 500 bucks now. And it's not so much people just kind of wonder is there a Captain Antilles out there? And then people that don't know about that set don't know there's a Captain Antilles out there. So that's number 4. Listen, I'm trying to make this kind of quick. Some of my other top 10s have been kind of, top 5s and top 10s have been kind of long. Number 3 would have to be Rako Hardeen. This is a minifigure that most Clone Wars fans probably remember. This is why it's only number 3. But, most of the original trilogy people and, only the movie people, definitely don't even know who this guy is. So he came out in the 2013, what was that? The Star Hopper, not the Star Hopper. It was a bounty hunter ship. There'll be a picture on the screen so you guys can see it. But like I said, I mean, I personally didn't really forget about him, but I kind of had other people kind of say that they kind of forgot that they came out with a minifigure of him. I personally don't have him, but I plan on getting him soon. He doesn't go for that much, but definitely a very cool character. But kind of forgotten by most. Moving on to number 2, that is Hondo Ohnaka. Same thing, guys. Clone Wars fans probably know that there is a minifigure of him out there. And people from the Rebels series, he came back in there. They haven't made a Rebels version yet, so they kind of probably think that there's never been a version of him, which I think they will eventually maybe make a new updated version from Rebels down the line. But at the moment, guys. He came out in the 2009 Pirate Tank, I think. I think that's the year. But like I said, once again, I didn't really forget about him, but I think most of you guys probably forgot about him. And some other people tell me. And that is my number 2 spot. Moving on to number 1, guys. That is Nadar Veb. Even just saying the name, most of you guys probably don't know who he is, unless there's a picture of him on the screen, which there will be. He is the Mon Calamari Jedi from the Clone Wars. He was Kit Fisto's Padawan in the first season of it, and he died off in the same episode he was introduced. Came out in the General Grievous' Starfighter from 2010, and yeah, I mean, really, I have him. It's kind of the only reason why I remember him, and I'm a huge Clone Wars fan. But for the average fan, they probably don't even know who he is, and as a minifigure, he's definitely forgotten. So that's pretty much the top 5, guys. If you guys have any other ideas or minifigures down below, just comment them, and I'll be happy to read them, reply. And you guys disagree, leave why. If you guys like it, then leave a like. And that's pretty much all, guys. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We got plenty more top 10, top 5 videos coming out. And stay tuned for more, guys. See you guys later. Bye.